So at this time where so many families are feeling the pressure of not knowing what to do in this new normal, as a family practitioner, I'm finding that I'm getting more parents saying how inadequate they feel. One mom said, I never signed up to be a homeschool mom and a stay-at-home mom and a housekeeper and. And she was feeling so overwhelmed. And also because the way she organizes her life, this self-reliant quality, through the lens of sensory motor psychotherapy, the self-reliant person is so busy doing, maybe has a sense, as this client did, that nobody can do it as well, maybe has a sense that her value in life, her currency in life, is her being able to do. So she was describing baking cakes, working on her birthday parties for her little ones, fixing these home experiences, lining up all the neighbors so that they could drive down the street staying 6 foot apart, but everybody had signs out saying happy birthday, first to the one kid and then 4 days later, the next kid, and then the father 5 days later. And she hadn't taken the time until we started looking at this to check in with herself. The words pity party come to mind, her words. She said, I have no reason to pity. I am lucky. I have a house. I have food. There are so many people who are ill. There are so many people who are struggling. This is horrible that I am presenting this in therapy. And we want to together collaborate and find a way to look at that sense of what was really shameful. She was feeling shame that she had any feelings other than gratitude. Now, of course, we can look at the gratitude piece, but right at this moment, our entree was to look at that shame that she felt, that she couldn't count on herself, that she couldn't be there and present for herself, that she was feeling physically exhausted. And again, she said, I'm not sick. I know I don't have the virus, so I should be grateful, but I have headaches. I'm tired. I'm always lethargic, and I know I'm not sick. So that duality of not giving herself even the tiniest window. And so I would play with her with, is there any part of you, even the slightest, maybe like a sliver of a moon, using the poet David Whyte's nomenclature, that sliver, just a sliver of self-compassion for all that you have been carrying, for all that you have been doing. Maybe even embracing, in her words, the pity party. Let's together embrace the pity party. Let's embrace that part of you that really has never lent itself to being embraced. And even as I spoke, giving back her words, and I slowed down my tone as I am right now, the emotion crawled in. She was able to experience the sadness, the deep, deep sadness, and the sense of aloneness, that she felt nobody was able to take care of her, and that she was unable to take care of herself, and that she wasn't doing an adequate enough job taking care of her kids. She had forgotten to take care of her own needs. Even the therapy session was interfered with kids running through and distractions, and she didn't have the containment that she had in our office. So that was one really important thing we had to do, is say, how do we carve out a time for us to have a session where you don't feel pulled in a million directions, where you're able to just be with me in the session, and therefore just be with yourself in the session. And for her, she set up our session in the bathroom. She said that's the place she could lock the door. There was nowhere else in her house that she felt she could go where she could truly be on her own, in the quiet, in the containment. In her family, that was the respect. People respected locked doors. So there she found a space. But we decided together to make it not the space for elimination, but the space for her to embrace. She brought in her glass of champagne because she said she wanted to be able to feel the joy, the bubbly, the associations from other better times. She also lit a candle, and for her it was an aromatherapy candle. I too lit one of my candles. We have candles all over the offices, so that I was able to join with her in that. We joked about how my glass of champagne wouldn't be champagne, but it didn't matter. My cup of tea was what worked for me. And so together, we were able to bond, we were able to joke, we were able to share that human offering.